What up?
Yo, episode 55, Random Nothing Podcast.
My boy Matty E on the scene. J Trad back on the scene.
Guess who's back? Jesse's back.
Back back again.
Back. Yeah, he's back.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We
So what's
went
going on?
real
What? No,
just
sorry, let me pause right there. Thanks to Mr. Denney for being on the show last week.
yeah, hold my spot.
Yeah, I've gotten some feedback from basically my wife, listener number one of five.
Mm-hmm.
She said that the oh shoot, not even recording. She said that the show was good, so we got that going for us. So thank you again, Mr. Denny, for being on the show, and you're welcome back anytime.
Did it feed all the political needs of the people?
I don't know if it did that. It may have just opened
Mm.
more questions that needed to be answered.
Just like these guys have really confused me now.
Yeah, they did. Did you listen to the show?
I haven't quite listened to all of
Oh
it
my
yet.
goodness.
I had a lot going on this past week, so I haven't quite had the time to sit down and just enjoy an
I
episode.
what do you say? Don't talk about it, be about it. So I hear a lot of
Mm.
excuses coming from this half of the show,
Mm.
and uh,
I did go to the gym, so I mean, at least I didn't, I'm so being about that.
good, good. I had my worries actually,
Why would you have your worries?
whether that you would continue to go to the gym or not go to the
Why
gym.
wouldn't I continue the gym? For all of you that don't know, this past week, my wife and I had a tiny human.
Your wife and
So
you. How? What part of you did you have a baby?
I was there for a supporting role. I played the supporting role, best supporting role. I won the Grammy for it, so not a Grammy, but an Oscar. I won the Oscar for. I
You could
sang while I
have.
was in
Yeah,
there,
you could
so
have done that.
it was a great song.
I,
No, but so it's just it's been a pretty hectic week.
well, I can imagine.
But I did get 2 weeks off of work, and if you could see here, that beard game is coming in strong. I did leave the mustache for Mustache March, so my mustache is a little bit thicker than the rest of my beard, which makes me feel a little weird, but I don't really care.
You over it.
Just killing the game right now with the face hair, with the face
Wow.
coat, the
Yeah.
full blown parka.
That is. I mean, it's impressive.
I mean, this is 10 days strong, and I'm doing all right.
Oh, you've been off work for 10 days already.
Well,
Man, either
hurting
way.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, good for you. You do you.
Yeah. I deserve it.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I don't think you did much in this whole like
Dude, I did.
baby
I'm telling you, man,
delivering
like,
thing.
it was a crazy day, right? My wife tells me, like, hey, go to the gym. I'm having these little contractions, but you go ahead and go to the gym. I was like, all right, well, call me if you need me. I had my phone on me. So I went to the gym, knocked out a quick workout, came back, and she was like, yeah, they've been pretty consistent. I'm going to call the doctor. She calls the doctor. Doc says, yeah, you should probably come in. We'll check it out. So we go in there. We're sitting there hanging out. I went out in the waiting room with my daughter because she was with us. So we were just hanging out. And then the nurse came and got us. Dude, I'm talking from the time that we got there to the time that my son was delivered was an hour long.
And your wife's like, "All right, let's go home."
Dude, well, yeah, nobody wants to stay in the hospital. But no, we went from that little waiting room that she was getting checked out into the actual delivery room. Bro, when we got in there, like my wife was making noises that I've never heard before, kind of scaring me
Hmm.
a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just like where you just possessed, like who can distort their voice in that kind of way,
Yeah.
right? So she's doing this, and I'm like, hey, nurse, as soon as possible, she would want the epidural, right?
Hmm.
And she was like, yeah, well, all right, once we get set up, we'll get somebody in here, give her one, all this stuff, right? She gets checked again, right? And they're like, well, you're 10 centimeters dilated, right? And so my wife's like, so am I going to get the epidural? And the nurse looked at her and was like, but you don't need it.
What do
She
you
was
mean
like,
I don't need it?
she was like, he's right there. A couple pushes and he'll be out. It'll be over. She was like, no, but I want it. But I want it.
Which is
So
funny
the
because
nurse,
I know your wife. I can just see her. No,
yeah.
that's not what I asked for. It, please.
So the
Like,
nurses and doctors start rolling in, everything like that. At this point, I'm starting to get hot,
right.
right? My hands are getting a little bit sweaty. Like I can just feel my body getting flushed because I know it's about to go down, and I'm starting to feel a little sick. Like I'm just super nervous about everything.
Hmm.
So now, like she's making some crazy ass noises. I don't know what's happening, and I'm starting to feel a little sick, right? So I'm
Right.
just like, all right, man, I got to be strong for the team. A nurse came in and took my daughter out of the room, so she wasn't in there. and it's going down. All right, so I'm
Hmm.
I'm sitting there trying to support. My hands are super clammy and sweaty, and I'm just like, you know what, you're doing great. I stay up by the head. I
Wait,
don't
you're
go
giving
past the
yourself a pep
waist.
talk? Like,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, you're doing great, Jesse.
Oh, keep it up, Jess. You got this one, bud. But I stay up by the head. I don't go past the waist. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
want to know what's going on down there.
No.
I'll support from up top. I got this
Yeah.
up here, right? So it's all going down, and she's screaming and all this stuff. I'm just like, man, this sucks for you. Just thinking in my head, like, man, I can only imagine the pain that you're going through. But hey, it's cool. I'm here for support.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, we need to, they're like, the baby's heart rate's starting to go down. We got to get this baby out of you. At that point, right when they said that, I'm thinking like, they're going to give her a fucking C-section and I'm going to puke everywhere. So I'm like, okay, that's a lot of pressure. The thoughts that I just had, I'm going to take a step back. A nurse steps into my spot. I sit down because I am about to faint. Like I can feel like I feel flush. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like everything's getting a little crazy. So I'm sitting down. I'm sitting in a chair, just like, yeah, you can do it. Keep it up. Just rooting from the sidelines over here. Nobody asked me if I'm okay. You know what I mean? Where's my cup of water? There's
Where's-
like 8 nurses in here.
Where are your ice chips at?
Right. I can't get support here. No support from me. Anyway, so they're like, all right, push, push, push. All of a sudden, my son comes out, and I was like, boom. Now I feel better.
Yeah.
And then then it was done.
And then you're back
And
up
we spent
like
the night in the hospital.
yeah.
Yeah, and then that's what it was. It's real quick. I felt my hands stop being so sweaty, and I was ready to go. And then we had to stay the night in the hospital, which was really shitty. If you ever stay the night in the hospital, sucks. Hate it.
Well, there's no bed for you. That's what sucks.
Dude, they had like this little pull-out chair. Not like a pull-out couch, but a pull-out chair.
It basically
I
was
was
like a
like,
metal
well-
fold-up chair. Like here you go.
For real. Like I was like, well, I mean, this will be all right. So I'm sitting there trying to sleep on everything like that. It was not all right.
No, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you think they would make it more accommodating for like both parties involved? I mean, I get it that there are women that aren't married or don't have a man in their life and whatever. That's not.
But they may have a friend
Yeah,
that wants
they
to
have
come
their
and
mother
support.
there, or their
Right.
cousins coming over, or their boss is stopping by because that's actually their kid, and they're afraid the husband's going to find out. You know?
The milkman's here.
Yeah,
You know
they
what I
got they need someplace to sleep. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, where's my electric bed that has a super soft padding that I can just like, I want to look up and watch TV. No, I want to go back, lay down, and go to sleep. Where's all that for me?
You get nothing. It's like you don't even exist in a delivery room.
They're in here bringing her meals to
Yeah.
eat during breakfast, lunch, dinner. And I'm just sitting there like, no, I didn't want nothing. You know,
No.
I'll leave. I'll
I'm
go
not-
get my stuff. Thanks.
You know, I'll eat the ice chips. Thanks.
No water, nothing, not a juice.
Yeah,
Nothing
go
for
eat
this
your
guy?
own.
Perfect. I did have a bag of jelly bean nerds in there though, so I was killing that.
Of course you did.
And also this time, you know, I wasn't sitting there playing Candy Crush in the middle of my wife pushing out a baby. So you know what I mean? Times have changed.
Ooh, wait. So you're telling me when your first child was born, you're like, I'm bored. Nothing to see here. You
I
pull out the
didn't know it
phone
was
and play
going
Candy Crush?
down. Bro, I didn't know it was going down. There was one nurse in the room. It was in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
The nurse is talking all calm, so I'm just thinking like, you know, simple procedures. What's going on here? You know, we're just checking stuff out. I didn't know we were already pushing,
Yeah.
and so I was, yeah, I was mid crush game. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna not crush in a moment of boredom.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I
Apparently,
get a
your
lot-
first kid's life was pretty boring.
My wife gives me a lot of shit for that to this day. I think she'll probably do that forever. She'll probably remind my daughter when my daughter's old enough to understand. Like, yeah, your dad was sitting there playing Candy Crush while I was pushing you out. Perfect.
And at that point, she's gonna have to explain what Candy Crush is, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, it's this time waster that your dad was obsessed about on level gazillion."
Yeah, but look at it this way. It's no longer a time waster for me. I'm not playing anymore. Big steps. You know why, though?
Whoa, I don't even know. Wait, let me
Here
guess.
it
You've
is.
ran out of levels to play.
Correct. I'm on level 1,205, and they don't have any more levels for me to play.
Oh my goodness.
So I've been off it for about a week, and so I think I've weaned myself away. I may even just delete the game.
No way. That's not happening.
Yeah, that might be. We might be jumping a little too soon. Let's just wait it out. Let's just see if a couple more levels come out or something.
Yeah. Well, who was it? Was it EA Sports or Activision? Somebody's actually just bought King Candy, like the company that makes it King. Just bought like, all right, we're buying you as a corporation, and now you're ours.
Yeah, because think of how much money they make.
Lots.
Like, yeah, the games are free, but the in-game shit is not free. Everybody's just
No.
swiping. Yeah, I'll pay $1 for this or that.
Makes it you're $700 in. You're like, ugh.
Why didn't we think of that, Matt? Where were you on that one?
I don't know. I had a no-name podcast.
Yeah, you create, I promote.
Okay,
That
there
was a
we go.
deal.
Man, we need to do this. Yeah, but that's good. I'm glad that you're taking small steps toward actually being like a normal human being that isn't obsessed with Candy Crush.
I know. I'm starting to wean away from my phone a little bit, which is good because I need to get out of that thing. It sucks me in.
Yeah, I find myself reading because I have like news articles and stuff on here that I read, and I find myself just sitting there like giggling at like these news articles that are funny. I was like,
While life is happening all around you.
yeah, just trying to ignore everybody.
Kids are making breakthroughs right there on the floor, and you're just like, "Oh, this news article is great. What do you want, honey? I'm reading."
Well, see, okay, so this is kind of why I turn to my phone because I don't want again, introvert Matt doesn't want to talk to anybody because
Even your own family. Like
Well,
I sit in my own cocoon in my house to get away from the family.
there I can stand them. Okay, I can
Daddy's under
stand
the
them.
blanket, honey. Quit talking to me.
Yeah, no, I went and got my haircut today, and while sitting in the barber shop, there's three of them, cutting hair, and one of them is talking about cyber water. Okay, so like the the world has cyber warfare and cyber ops and all these cyber operation things, right? And
Right.
he's going off on this like weird like conspiracy theory thing that there's cyber water, that they're sending water into cyberspace and then doing something with it.
How the f do
And
you send
that's
water into cyberspace?
I don't know. That's the thing I'm trying to ignore through my phone. Does that make sense
And this
now?
dude's serious about it. Like, yeah, man, computers sucking up water. They're not even, you know what I mean? They're waterproof now, and nothing's happening to them. And then they send it out through the interwebs.
Yeah, essentially. Or no, into space onto satellites.
So satellites are shooting water from satellite to a set location to water your field.
Yeah, I guess. But see, this is what you forget. I was on my phone trying to ignore this, so I
You should
wasn't.
have got involved and been
Oh,
like, what the fuck are you guys talking
you're
about?
right. I should have. But the two. So there's three of them. One of them was saying cyber water, yay, and then the other two were like, "You're dumb," and trying to figure out what he's talking about. Meanwhile, there's people in the chairs trying to get haircuts. So they're not even cutting hair anymore at this point. They're talking to each other about
Now
cyber
they're talking
water.
about stupid stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe as a barber, they just have to entertain that kind of shit. Because
Maybe.
think about it, they're sitting there, they have to be social people anyway. They have to sit there and talk to people all day long about the dumbass shit that they want to talk to them about. One, because they have to get a tip at the end. So they get a good haircut, they make good conversation, you get a tip at the end.
Right.
You want to know how you get my tip at the end? Don't say a fucking word to me and let me just sit. Cut.
Yeah. That's
I don't know what it is about sitting in a barber chair and having a conversation. I absolutely hate it.
yeah.
I don't want to. Like, I just want to sit there. Like, I know you on a 2-week basis. I come in here for about 20 minutes. You know what I mean? And that's it. I don't really have anything to talk to you about other than, like, just the regular day-to-day banter of what's happening outside with the weather.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to talk to you about that. I just want to sit there. You have a TV on. Let me watch it.
Yeah. If I could be on my phone ignoring you, I would, but that's rude.
Yeah. And then the hair get all over my phone.
Yeah. Then you just clean your phone. And then you go home and your
couldn't
wife's
do it.
like, whose hair is on your phone? You're like, it's mine. She's like, no, it's not. Get out of
It's
my
my hair.
house.
It's like it's little baby tiny hairs. Unless I was hanging out with a shaved head chick, I don't think it's.
I don't know. Shane O'Connor's like, hey, what's up, man?
Is that what they're like?
Shane O'Connor, right? Aliens,
Oh,
right? Is she shaved her head?
got you. Now I see the
I'm-
reference.
Okay, so going back to me being old,
Back
I
in the
have
80s.
80s, 90s movie references I need you to, agree with.
I bet. I need to set my movie game up. I knew the movie. Right when you said it, I didn't think of her with her shaved head, though.
Yeah.
You could have said, like, Denney. Remember she shaved her head in the, she was a G.I. Jane?
Yeah, Demi Moore or Britney Spears.
Crazy kook.
Yeah, she's definitely crazy.
Who let her into their barbershop to cut her hair anyway?
Maybe
Like
she
the
was just.
barber's not like, bitch, those are my clippers. I don't know if your hair's safe. Could have lice.
I think she's actually just like trudging through Walmart. Like, oh, this looks nice. What do these do?
She finds an outlet, plugs it in, and just
Yeah.
like right there. Like, no, it's cool.
Like instead of like the call button for help, it's like, oh, outlet. Yep, let's try this out. Just goes
And
to
now
town.
she's making millions doing a Vegas show. She went from crazy to I'm gonna be a non-singing pop star again and making millions when I
Is she
can't
really?
sing a lick.
Can she sing? I mean, I don't know. I don't keep up
No,
with
fuck no, she
Britney
can't
Spears.
sing. I mean, think about all the songs that she made. When you hear her sing, that is completely made in the studio.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You think that she's ever sang live? Fuck no.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think I did it. Not happening. It's not a real voice.
No, you're probably right on that. You know, it happens. Anyway, so if she's not real, are the other people not real?
What do you mean?
Like are they like Milli Vanilli and like Milli Vanilli got busted and like basically
I know the name Milli Vanilli. I don't know who that is though.
oh they're the ones that were like caught lip singing songs. I see it, but them I don't know if it was actually their songs. It may have been
No,
other
you
people's
know how they
songs.
nowadays? You want to know how they do it nowadays?
How?
I'll drop some knowledge on you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some people actually don't. They still do the lip sync thing.
Yeah.
But they'll sing it in a live format with studio, right?
Yeah.
But it's like they sing it like it sounds live,
Yeah.
and they'll lip sync the live version to where it seems like, oh, it's not from the record because it sounds a little different because it sounds live.
Oh, but
You
they're
know what I
still
mean?
in
It's
the
like
studio.
Right. It's a pre-recorded live thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then they take that recording, doctor it up a little bit, and then it'll make it sound like.
So there's some dude in a booth, like we are, adding sound tracks for like laughing, like in a movie sitcom.
Yeah, there's
Like
a
a laugh
DJ
track.
Matty E just killing it.
Man, just
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That was me on the mixtables, the ones and twos. We talked
That's
about
good.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're DJ D-Rack.
TJ D, right? You know who you said?
Sorry, man. I've been losing some sleep. I get about 4 hours of sleep a night nowadays. Dude, this kid, right?
Yeah.
This new kid of mine.
Tank.
As I wanted to name him. My wife didn't approve of the name, so we didn't name him Tank. So I'm going to call him Tank.
So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call him Tank too.
Oh, boy. You call him Tank. Another buddy of mine calls him Maximus because he wanted us to name him Maximus, like after the gladiator.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's just got different names. It is what it is.
You wanted to name him Tank, and I'm not on her side.
Right. Of course, you have to take my side.
So Tank it is.
Tank it up.
Yeah.
Just a little beast. Anyway, this little motherfucker is yelling at me all night long. You know what I mean? Like, why are you yelling at
him
me?
already?
Dude, he makes me so upset at nighttime to where I'm just like, man, I love you with all of my heart.
Yeah.
But bro, you've got to stop yelling at me. Like, it is dark. What are you upset about? Everybody's asleep. Is that why you're mad? Because nobody's up just running amok with you?
Just
like, dude, I'm making laps in my house just walking. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, trying to do different holds and just all kind of movements and everything. I look ridiculous. And he's just sitting there just screaming at me. It's like, dude, open your eyes. Realize that it's not that serious.
Have you done the Michael Jackson over the balcony hold?
No, I haven't. I haven't quite tried that.
I
don't want to try that because that's a little sketch. But the thing is, sometimes I just flex it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'll set him down. And I'll just take all my muscles in my body and flex as hard as I can to almost where I flex out.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, argh! And that usually helps me a little bit.
Yeah. At least those like endorphins.
Because I don't want to take it out on him because he doesn't really understand why he's crying, but he is.
Yeah.
And then it angers me. And so I have to just, you know what I mean? Take it out on myself and then come back with a calm, cool voice. I'm like, hey, man, it's okay.
Well, there's a couple things you can't do. All right. One, you can't put a sock in his mouth. Okay. Tank would definitely not like that.
No,
Two,
he'd probably shoot it back at me.
Yeah. You can't put a bag over his head.
No.
All right. That's against the law.
Because then the tank won't work anymore.
Right. Tank's done. Right. And you can't shake the tank.
No.
Because that's bad.
Because then the wheels might fall off.
Right.
or
The computer becomes dislodged.
right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. Like, would never condone child abuse, right?
Yeah.
I would never do it, and I would never say it's okay. But I get why it happens.
Yeah, but not on a small 1 week old baby.
Right. But that's what it is. When you get irresponsible parents, people
Yeah.
that shouldn't be parents to begin with, right?
Probably.
And they don't know how to control their own emotions. When you get an adult that has the same control over their emotions as a baby, that's where things go haywire.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
And that's why I can see why child abuse happens, because when you get to that point, that breaking point, to where, like me, okay, I'm at that breaking point. I'm gonna set you down in a safe location where I know you're not gonna roll off the couch or anything like that,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna flex out real quick, just to, you know what I mean, stable myself, bring myself back to zero, so we can build that back up.
Right.
No, you get a baby adult, and that's when they do stupid things.
Yeah.
So I get why it happens. It's when parents who are parents shouldn't be parents.
Yeah. I mean, it should not happen. Now, if you're just like 19, you're like, get out of my house. Sure, that's assault at that point. But when they're a 1-year-old, you probably shouldn't shake a 1-year-old. It's definitely very bad.
It's bad juju.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my sleep's actually getting better though. He's starting to get on a better feeding schedule. And lucky me, I don't have the tools needed to be able to feed a newborn baby.
No.
So
you don't.
I get to sleep like a baby. Right.
Yeah.
So I get to sleep in the bed, and then the wife, he'll make a noise, and then she'll have to get up and make sure that he's nurtured.
Yeah.
But I think God was trying to get me yesterday, because I woke up not being able to breathe. So I don't know if it was just like, hey, I'm gonna give you a little payback since you that's like a sweet little baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you I'm gonna cut your airway off for a second, just to see what happens.
Let's step back here. So you woke up not breathing. You should probably go to the doctor and get that checked.
Bro, in my dream, for some reason, I don't know what was happening, but I couldn't breathe, right? So I was like gasping for air in my dream, to where I woke up going sitting straight up because I couldn't breathe, and I was frightened at that point. I was like, what the fuck is happening to me? But I figured it out, and I just went to sleep.
What were you dreaming about?
I don't know. Like, I remember like flashes of things happening, and I was sitting there, like, I could see myself going like, breathe, dude. And then
you had this like whole out of body experience in your dream. You're like poking yourself in the head, like, hey, you gotta wake up and breathe.
Right. My wife said maybe you have sleep apnea and you have to wear a Darth Vader mask when you go to sleep.
That could be fun. Yeah.
Could you imagine laying next to that?
No, I couldn't.
I'd punch myself in the face if I had to listen to that all night.
Well, see, the thing is that's actually more common than you think, because there are like certain like side effects, or not side effects, but like factors that weigh into you potentially having sleep apnea. Being overweight male who snores is a like pretty good indication that you have sleep apnea.
What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying that's like when you get older, and you.
I'm a male.
No,
I do snore. My wife tells me I snore.
Well, I'm saying like when you turn 30, right, and you balloon up to about 245 pounds, and you lay on your back, at that point, there's a good chance that you may swallow your tongue.
That's pretty scary. But I won't be that fat, so I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I got a year till I'm 30 anyway. So.
That's what I'm saying. It's right around the corner.
I'm about to celebrate my last birthday in my 20s.
You act like that's something like out of this world. Like nobody's ever done it before.
Nobody has. I'm the first of its kind.
First one to turn 30. Oh.
But that's the thing. Like I'm about to have my 29th birthday.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need to do something great, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm old. You think like, oh, yeah.
I'm old. Let's, you know what? Let's clear the air here. Let everybody. I'm old. Okay, so this is coming from wisdom. Let me tell you about it.
So as you get older, you start realizing that you can't do the things you did when you were 25, even though it was just a mere 4 years ago. So you're like, I'm gonna do something great. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna do whatever it is I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna get smashed, and by 10:30, I'll be in bed.
Yeah, and the next 3 days, you'll have a hangover, wishing you never did any of it.
Yeah, but I want to do something, man. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just freaking out a little bit. Maybe I'm having a quarter life crisis.
You plan on living till you're 120?
I mean, yeah, why not? Okay, maybe a third life crisis.
Okay, okay,
I'm having a third life
okay.
crisis
I'll
right now.
buy that one. Yeah. No, do
I
something.
mean,
Go.
give me at least a 90.
Yeah, go do like go on a trip or something.
Well, I was thinking maybe like, a camping trip with the fellas,
Yeah,
or I mean, or I can head down south, go see a baseball game.
you could.
I
Yeah.
mean, but I feel like that's old too. Like old men go to baseball games. Old men go camping to get away from the old and
Again,
their bickering.
um, just like you've outgrown your current wardrobe style,
Let's
you're
fucking rage.
you're gonna outgrow the things you normally do and find new interests. So it's just a matter of time.
It sucks getting old.
Why?
But then I look at it, it's like I wouldn't want to be like those little punk ass kids today, wearing all that shit and talking about fleek and fucking lit and whatever the hell words they use.
Wait, what exactly is fleek? Like it's on
I think
fleek?
it's like on fleek, like it's like
Like it's
it
on
looks
point?
good. Yeah, it's on point. You know what I mean? I think it's something like that. But
Like
who makes up the name? Who says fleek out of nowhere? Somebody out of nowhere said that's on fleek. Who said that? And was to the point to caliber to be able to have other people being like, yeah, that
I
is on fleek.
I know what it was. I know exactly what it was. You ready for this? Here's
Yep.
how we end up with this. Dude is texting and driving, and he receives a picture from his best bro. Oh,
Right.
he picks up his phone. Hey, what's that from his best bro? He starts typing while he's driving and just cruising down the strip like, hey, man, that's on. And he's like, hits a bump or a small child. I don't know what it was. It swipes
One or the
in.
other because he's not paying attention to the road.
He's driving, texting. Swipes in, fleek. And it's just like, oh, shoot. And he starts to.
It was like an autocorrect, like he was gonna
Yeah.
say that's freaking cool. He was gonna be like, that's freaking cool.
And he just got
and
the
it was like
fleek.
that's on fleek.
Yeah. And then
But that's fleek.
by the time he was like trying to type in freaking like asterisk freaking cool, I meant
Yeah.
this. His buddy, my best bro, is texting back like, "You right, man? That is on fleek. That is sweet." And from there, it's born.
Just like Asada.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video, dude?
I don't know.
Saw.
I don't know what the video means, but I've seen the memes, and I'm sitting here like, I don't know what this is. This guy is half asleep, stoned. I don't know what he's doing.
It's the video. It's funny. I don't know.
I'll
Kids
have to watch
today.
it.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to be one of the little punk ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I get why people when I was a kid that were older looked at people of my age when I was younger as little shits. Like I get it.
That's clearly air. You probably were. I'm just gonna say this out loud.
Probably was.
You probably,
I probably
were.
was.
Like,
Just a little fucker. You know what I mean? Just like a little fucker over there. Hey, get over here.
You're the kid walking through, like, it's 10 o'clock at night. You have a bag of groceries, just happens to be egg and teepee. And you're like, I'm just going to my friend's house. And, like, the neighbor's like, hey, what are you doing? Eggs and teepee. And you're like, nothing, old man. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going to end up being that old man. Hey, you kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
I just fertilized that. Like, I'm hyped up over the fertilizer that I just put on my lawn.
Well, that's sweet, like, St. Augustine grass seeds that are on.
It's crazy how just, you know what I mean? Life changes. Mm-hmm. And you don't even know it. And then one day it's just like, no, I don't like that. I just want to wear earth colors.
No bright colors for me.
If I can get a dirt brown and a grass green, and I'm not talking golf course grass, I'm talking like wood grass. Like that's what I want. If I could just get that. Tan and browns for me. Thank you.
Right. My mom actually makes fun of me because I wear, like, the shirts that I wear are probably black and red. Not by choice, but just because, like...
Hey, I'm right there with you.
It just happens to be the logos that are on the shirts. I enjoy it.
Great
I
colors.
buy them. You know? Yeah, it is what it is.
Why are you wearing all that red, Matthew? Are you a gang member?
Yeah, Mom, I very well could be.
Just thugging. Just out here thugging.
Where I'm from, nobody's a gang member. Wait, maybe now they might be.
But now that I am an adult, I have come to realize that I still have to resort to childish things.
Oh, of course. Yeah, oh yeah.
And I'm talking like childish things like I need an allowance, right? Like I need somebody to monitor my spending. I need to be like, here, Jesse, here's your $20 for the week. You can't spend any more than this because let's just say you don't have a debit card or a credit card where you can just buy whatever the hell you want. Stop.
Yeah.
because I'm getting in trouble at home. Because I'll go to the store, I'll get this and that, little snacks, little this, little that, and then by the end of the week, I've spent $200 on shit.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Welcome to
So I
my
told my
coffee
wife, I
addiction.
was, see, that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's like little things, like, oh, I'm not spending that much. It's only like $6 here, but
Yeah,
then like $6 here, $6 there. Next thing you know, I've already spent $40 today. Like
yeah.
what?
You work
Yeah,
25
my
days a
wife brought that to
week.
my attention.
Or, I'm
So I
sorry.
told her, I was like, this is what we need to do. At every paycheck, I'm just gonna pull out cash and have cash in my wallet and know that that's my, I could buy whatever the hell I want with that money. And once that money runs out, then I'm gonna get anything else.
Oh, see, but this is where you're gonna run into problems because you're like, well, I have this money, but now I have to buy Red Bulls, so we're gonna have a separate pot for that, and
No,
I need gummy bears,
see.
and
I
that's in
drew.
that one,
Look at
and
this.
now
I
you've
drew
combined two
monsters.
pots.
Watch this. This is how I do this.
Okay.
I figured out a way to still get the things that I want and not spend my actual little spending money.
Yeah.
When I go to the grocery store, I already pre-buy all that shit, and then that way I can just bring it to work with me, and I'll go to the store and spend my Jesse money on some snacks and shit because I already used the grocery money on it. Boom.
But what you should be doing is subtracting from the Jesse money and putting it back into the clothing, the food money.
Mm-mm. That's not the way this is. Until my wife catches on.
Okay.
Hopefully she's not going to listen to this episode.
Nah. This one's sorry. Episode 55 has been lost. We don't know where it went. Sorry.
But yeah, man, like I've just like, God, as an adult, I should be doing adult shit, but I can't. I can't get away from the spin. I can't get away from the stupid shit, buying dumb stuff.
Well, and see, and this is I'm okay. So let me put this disclaimer out there. I'm not a financial planner. I don't subscribe to be a financial planner. I just do what works for me, and what works for me is having 15 bank accounts.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen your
that's why.
list. You
Yeah,
literally have a bank. You have a bank account for everything that you need money for.
right.
Here's my bank account for my groceries. Here's
Yep.
my bank account for clothes. Here's my bank account for mat money. Here's my bank.
Yeah.
Like you have like a
But
lot of
but that
accounts.
works for me, because then what happens is I have money specifically allocated to go into certain things. So if I know that that month I have $100 for clothing, then I can only spend $100 in clothing.
I guess what I would need is something like that. Maybe I don't need to create every account,
No.
but maybe like a spreadsheet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I physically just need to see it and not see all my money as like a whole. Like boom, look at all that money right there. I could take away this, take away that because I got all this money right there. But if I would have individual things, so I could be like, okay, now I can see that I only have this much money for this. Now I can see I only have this much money for this, as opposed to like I got hundreds of dollars just chilling, waiting for me to spend it.
Yeah, and that's
Where
actually
your
what
head's at, Matt?
that's what actually happens because it's like I don't know the way I do the thing. I have everything going to one checking account, and then from there, my money is distributed to the various checking accounts. But when I pay for my rent, for instance, if I don't have it go to a separate account, I'm like, oh sweet, I got $500 extra dollars in there, not consciously thinking about it. That $500 now goes to my rent, and then if I spend it, I don't have rent money. So basically, what I do is I pay everything first, and then whatever's left over in the checking account is what I get to spend for the rest of the month or the week or whatever it is that I have for my money.
Adult budgeting.
Yeah,
Pretty much. What really needs to happen? I just need to grow the fuck up and be the adult that I am. I mean, I'm almost 30. You know what I mean?
I would start with I'm almost 29 and then go from there.
I'm almost 30, man. When I hit 30, I'll be almost 35.
That is true. And then when you hit 35, you're nearly dead.
Yeah, like I mean, fuck, midlife crisis is next day.
Oh, nope. You'd actually have 25 more years apparently.
I guess I am at a third life crisis
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
I wonder why that happens. Do you just get old and all of a sudden realize like, man, I'm old. I need to be young again. So I'm gonna go buy something that makes me young, or I'm gonna dye my hair blonde and look real stupid.
Yeah, I think that's really the ultimate. What happens? 'Cause people start to realize like they can't do the things they used to do, and they still want to. I mean, yeah,
But they're like, I make a lot more money than I used to, so now I got this money to go do stupid shit with.
yeah. Like I can buy a Ferrari, so I'm buying a Ferrari. Oh, I can trade my first wife in for my new second wife. Yep.
That's like the age of my kids.
Yeah. Hey, she might actually be younger. Who knows?
Might be like, Dad, that's Sarah. I went to high school with her.
Well,
Cool.
now she's your mom. Say hi.
Call her mom. Hi, honey. How are you today? Sarah, shut up. Yeah, that'll look good.
Yeah. She actually graduated behind me a year. Well, yeah, that happens in life, all right? Yeah.
She's really grown up now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it ultimately chalks up to like midlife crisis nonsense. Is like people still want to be young. Like when you're 40, you still want to be able to do the things you did when you're 25, like go to the gym, run, play sports, be physically attractive to, whoever. But you can't. Like that time slows down. Like it basically starts messing with you. It's up to you to change it, but is what it
Oh,
is.
I can. I'll be in the gym as an old man.
Yeah, it was fun.
The plan is to stay physically fit at all times. Dude, speaking of the gym,
Yeah.
all right. So before work, I go to the gym before work, right? So I get to the
Yeah.
gym at 4:30 in the morning. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning, right? I'm sitting there getting my pump on, right?
Yeah, like you
I
should.
look up. There's TVs. There's TVs in the gym. Okay, so every TV's got some different shit going on. Some got sports, some got just dumbass shows and news or whatever's on. Anyway, I look at this TV and I'm sitting there looking at it's like a little infomercial going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they got a fucking foot long dong on the TV
Man.
at 4:30 in the morning, right? I just see this big old purple on the TV and it says velvet pleaser. Like, what the fuck? It's why is this on TV at this time? You know what I mean? Like, this is an odd time for something like this to be on.
Yeah.
Like, I just woke up. Like, this isn't the thought that I'm having right now.
Yeah, like I don't come to
And
the
it's
gym.
just like these two women. There's these two women just sitting there talking about it, and they're just showing it, and it's just like, what the?
Did you hear? Did you have like a? I don't know. Most gyms they turn the volume down. Could you hear the volume?
No, it was all the volume.
Man. So basically, you ad libbed everything.
When you
that was
just see
going
like
on.
this, it's like it's like an infomercial. So like it's just like sitting on this rotating pedestal, just spinning around. And I'm just sitting there looking at everybody else. It's like, does anybody else see this fucking thing that's sitting up here right now?
And you're
And
wondering,
if you
like,
buy the rabbit, you get the mini rabbit free. Like, what the?
and you're sitting there like, is anybody gonna change it? Do I have to change it?
Dude, it said velvet pleaser, and it had to have been a baby's arm holding an apple. Just a beast.
Like something like that doesn't exist in real life. Don't let my wife see that.
These aren't everybody. These aren't real. This isn't Don't mind what's happening over here. But even as a gym, like, wouldn't you like see that and being like, maybe I shouldn't have this channel on right now?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
nobody's dropping their music to pick up their phone and be like, let me call this real quick. Hey, can I reserve the rabbit with the mini rabbit? Oh, and go ahead and throw the velvet pleaser in there too, please. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Can I pay for that discreet shipping?
And I got a PO box. I'm gonna have you send that too. Don't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh man.
It was
Yeah,
it just blew my mind.
Well, the thing is like, I'm sure the front desk was empty. Nobody's there at 4:30 in the morning, right?
No.
So
Dude,
the one guy that works
these
there is
people are
gone.
sitting behind the front desk with their face in their phone the whole time. Like, they don't even like. Can I get a greet when I come in? Good morning. Hey, good morning.
Nah.
Have a nice day. No, get your fucking phone out of get your face out of your phone, and talk to me, and be the hostess that you're supposed to be.
Yeah, hostess with the mostest. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
You get paid.
But yeah, man.
Hmm.
Apparently they're not getting paid enough, and apparently it's a part of policy to be allowed to have your phone right in your face
Really?
while you're trying to get people.
Man, I wish I had that job where I could just do whatever I wanted and get paid for it.
Yeah.
No, I don't have that job. I wish I did. That'd be awesome.
Maybe one day. Maybe you can retire and employ yourself.
Well, I mean, by the time I retire at 75, I'm not gonna want to do anything except
Oh.
be old. So good thing I
Just
only
be
have a
old
year
as
left,
shit.
right?
You collect that entire retirement to pay for your medical bills and all of your pills that you need to pop just to stay alive.
Yeah, and
I retired at 75 and I'm living life to the fullest. Honey, bring my walker. I want to go outside.
yeah, I've actually, I don't know, maybe talked to my wife about this. I don't know. Over the course of my life, I've had lots of conversations, so I don't know who they're with all the time. But
I see.
it's kind of like we have life backwards. Like when I'm 30, I should be out enjoying life, doing everything I can, and then when I'm 65, I should be working until I die. Because at that point, I can't do
Yeah, but
anything.
your production level would be horrible.
Yeah, but
You're
what
gonna
are
have
you
to
gonna
take
do?
like a prune break where you eat your prunes to soften your stool so you can take a shit later. Then you're gonna have to go take that shit later. It's gonna take you like 30 minutes to get over to the bathroom. You're gonna have one of those elevated toilet seats, so you're not gonna be busting your knees and back to sit down.
But that's fine
Production
with
will be
me.
down.
No, that's fine because when I was 25, I was able to enjoy life and travel the world and do all these fun things.
Who's paying for all that?
Well, see, that's the problem. How about this? Here's my suggestion. You ready? Instead of giving me $60,000 in student loan debt, give me $60,000 in travel debt, and let me experience the world, and then I'll work to pay that off when I get done.
So you'll just be knowledge by life
I'll have
experiences
full
instead of actual books and things that
yeah.
you need to be
I'll
knowledge.
have this giant world view. I've traveled. I've experienced things. I've done all this stuff.
But I have
Awesome.
no particular skill that I can apply to any job.
Let's face it. Nobody really has a skill of anything. We can teach freaking monkeys to do things. I think I'm sure I can pass.
My name's Amy.
Welcome to Walmart. Oh, all right. Thanks. Like I don't care.
I don't think the sticker guys. I'm pretty sure the sticker guy at Walmart that's greeting people is volunteered.
You think
He's
so? You
probably
think
just.
like it's like a weekly chore? Like they have to rotate through the stock
Well,
boys or
see
something?
that's the thing you do when you're retired. You get old and you're like, fuck, I don't want to sit at home anymore. I gotta go work, and so I go to Walmart and I greet people as they come in. While I wear this vest that have like 80 buttons on it,
Oh,
talking about here's your stickered
if
little boy.
yeah. Oh, you're bringing that merchandise in? Oh, refund? Yeah. Here's your sticker. Um,
Yeah,
if yeah, but that's the thing. Like if you're 80 and you're just like I'm so bored with my life, you have failed. Like you should have stories and talking to people. Go to the VFW. Like so go talk to
nobody wants
people.
to talk to you. That's why old people talk so much. Any chance that they get
Yeah,
to have
you're
a
right.
conversation, I have a lot of conversations with a lot of old people all the fucking time. They come up to me and they just
You
start
have that
dropping knowledge,
face.
but they don't give a shit if I have anything else to do that day. If I'm in the middle of trying to do something, they don't give a shit. Like they want to tell me their fucking story about anything and everything. Well, when I was 16, and then it's just like I hear the whole bio. Like, should I have been writing this down? Like, are we making this a book? Am I
Somebody has to
the
pass the
editor?
story along.
But yeah, man, they just talk, and I feel like that's gonna be me though. When you get old, you have nothing else to do but talk and tell your stories. So you'll talk to anybody who wants to listen.
Yeah. I
And I
mean,
feel bad, so I entertain them by listening and throwing a little feedback here and there. But
yeah.
I try to pull myself away, and they just reel me right back in. It's like, man, I don't want to be old, be mean to you, but
Like
bro, I got shit to do.
I actually have to pay for my gas.
Yeah, I'm not retired yet, man.
Yeah.
I got a job.
Yeah. That's
It's
that's
pretty
funny. Actually,
one day.
speaking of stories, since you said this, today I was at work. I had to go in for something, and I was talking to somebody, and a lot of times when I'm at work, I really don't talk to anybody. Like it's just
Man,
not. I
a lot
mean,
of times when you're outside of your house, you don't talk to anybody.
yeah. Well,
It's not just
okay.
work.
I don't talk because I observe. Right, that's what I do. I
Ah,
observe. I'm an observer.
okay.
I just like to watch people, see what their mannerisms are, see what they're talking, listen to conversations. Because it gives me a good judge of character. It tells me who you are. Well,
Right.
anyway, what I realized is there are two types of people in the world. Okay, and you and
Mhm.
I are those two types of people. I am one version of the person. You are the other version of the person. Right. So I'm one. You're the other.
Okay.
And here's what it is: storytelling. Okay, hear me out.
Storytelling. Okay.
Storytelling. Okay, so if I was, and then here's the example. Well, this is what made me think about it because I was actually talking to when I was in the office.
You don't know who you're talking to because you never really understand who you have so many conversations with people you forget. I
Yeah.
get it.
Okay, so and even this right now is the example of why you just listen to the podcast. You'll know exactly what I'm referring to once I say it. Okay, two types of people in the world.
Okay.
One person who can tell a story and reels you in and tells you everything about it, gets you laughing, and the production value of the story is
The
phenomenal.
build up.
Yeah, the build-up is awesome. Then there's the other guy who's like lame, right? Here's my example. Okay, here's my
Okay.
example. I wrote it down. Okay, so here's the story. There's two of us, right? And I went to the store and I was talking to the guy, and then I was like, "Hey, we should go buy some beer," and he was like, "Hey, that would be an awesome idea," and I'm like, "Yeah, we should do that," and he's like, "Hey, we should get gas," And I'm like, hey, yeah, but I already got gas yesterday. And he's like, oh, okay, cool.
And that's the story.
That's it. That's it. That's how the story goes. And you're sitting there like, what is going
Why
on?
the fuck are you telling me this? It's like, quit filling me with all this bullshit and get me to where I need to be right now. I get you at station.
Well,
Is that it? Is that all you had?
the thing is, it's funny as though it's like, and then I was like, yeah, and then he was like, no way, and then she was like, totally awesome. It was like, yeah, I get that. I figured out that's what she said. Yeah, I got.
So the whole story is that you went and got gas.
I got gas and picked up some beer. Awesome. Like it's just
my wife tells me stories like that. Like she'll fucking drop a whole bunch of knowledge on me about shit, and then I'll just sitting there looking at her. I was like, "Is that it? Yeah, that's it." Like, why?
Look at
you filled me with so much just random ass information that I can't do anything with.
It's like the metaphor I can only give is like basically you're in a store and it's like I'm taking you on this journey, right? Forget the store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking you on this journey, and along this journey we're gonna have highs and lows and laugh and sad and whatever, and then I'm just gonna stop halfway in, and that's it.
Like,
and then where you find you is where you find you,
And then we made it to the store.
Yeah. Just, oh man.
So all that other shit was for nothing, huh?
Yeah. Right. And the question I have is like, do you think people consciously do people consciously know that they're bad storytellers?
No.
Or like joke tellers? Because I'm a bad joke teller. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a horrible joke teller.
The thing is about your bad jokes, make it funny because you're such a bad joke teller.
Well, yeah.
Because you think they're funny because you know exactly how they're said and everything in your head and how it's all made up in your head. You think it's funny. But then when you put it out there, it's like, what? And it's funny because you're a bad joke teller. Yeah. So it kind of plays in your favor.
Yeah. Like, and the reason I ask is, people know that they're mean or, whatever. So they try to consciously not be mean to people or, do whatever. But the question is like, if I know that I'm consciously know that I'm a bad storyteller or a bad joke teller, how do I go about to make myself a better joke teller? Or do I just be like, I'm done. I'm not going to tell jokes. I don't tell stories.
You just have to accept your role in life and knowing that that's not what you're going to do. You're not going to tell a story and get everybody's attention. Yeah. The thing is that if you were to tell your story to a good storyteller and then let the good storyteller tell your story, because you got to add the little flavor. You know what I mean? You got to add the little pizzazz, and the person that's telling the story usually is a little bit more energetic and pulls you into the story, as to where somebody that's not is just like, yep. And then we went here, and it was really funny. I guess you just had to be there. Like, yeah, I did.
But now I'm here in the middle of nowhere, and this stupid story's done. Right?
Yeah, I don't think they know.
Yeah. I mean, I know. So that's why I don't really say anything. Unless I have to.
Well, it's good. See, but you know your role. You know your role in life. I
know. I'm a listener. I just listen to people. I laugh when they laugh, and then I leave, and I'm just like, what were we talking about?
You're just laughing. Why are we laughing? I don't know. I just
it was just laughing, funny at the time. Big old like shoulder shark chuckle one. That's good. Good times.
It is.
That's all I had for the last So we talked to John about a week and a half ago. So in a week and a half, that's all I got to talk about, and that happened today. So you're welcome, world.
Yeah, if it wouldn't have happened today, fuck, we'd have been in a real bind, wouldn't we have? I would have just been sitting here waiting. All right, Matt, waiting for that story, man.
I would have brought absolutely nothing to the show. You're welcome. I mean, yeah, it's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's the point of our show, Matt. Random Other Podcast. Boom, in your face.
I know.
March Madness is about to be over with. What's up? I think I'm going to win both of my brackets. I'm about to win some money. My wife I told my wife that. I was like, hey, I think I might be winning my bracket. She was like, both your brackets? I was like, yeah, I did. I put in for 2. And she was like, oh. She's like, you didn't tell me that. And I was like, I know. I waited to find out if I was going to win or not, decide if I was going to tell you.
Ooh. So you really put in for 4 brackets, but you only won 2.
No, I only did 2. I did some really risky but good picks. So I think I'm going to take this one.
It was that money in my pocket. It was that 15-2 game that actually won you over, huh? Like the first round. The first round, the 15 seed beat the 2 seeds or something.
No, because there's a lot of people in my pool that took Michigan State to some distance, and I didn't. because I figured that they were going to lose, but they ended up losing the first round. So that played in my favor because that gave my other teams.
Oh
They were,
yeah, gotcha.
you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
We
yeah,
should
I'm
we
looking
should
pretty
do
good
a Random Nothing podcast bracket.
next year. We'll just have to wait till next March.
Maybe we'll go out on a limb and do one in April for things that will blend.
I don't know what the fuck that even means.
Like we'll put up a bracket and then we'll see if they blend each other and see which one does the better
What
blending.
do you mean they blow other?
You've never seen that? Like those YouTube videos of like will it blend? They put like iPhones in blenders and then just like watch it spin around.
No. I can't say that I go on YouTube to look to see if something will blend in a blender. What do you do with your day, Matt? Is this what you're doing when you're deep in your phone? Instead of enjoying your children, you're just like, will that blend?
No, it's the same reason I know that that's hipster art. Like I just happened to read it one day.
No,
I
that's
read the
art.
article and now I know they exist.
No, I guess I've never watched that. Will the banana blend with the phone? Who knows? Stay tuned.
Which one lasts longer? Or we could do like things that melt and just put like two ice creams out in the corner and see which one melts faster.
Hey, whatever, it gets you going.
We should come up with something. It is. I mean, I don't know. I'm ad-libbing now, so I apologize for everybody. Are we gonna do T-shirts this year?
Yeah, we should do T-shirts.
Should we do T-shirts? If
We
we
gotta
do,
we gotta figure out a design though.
if we do T-shirts, I think I'm gonna pitch this to you. Okay, only because I've
Okay.
done the last two T-shirts, but I think you should do this T-shirt.
Okay. Pump the brakes.
We
We decided as a group,
I
it was a
think.
team effort.
Oh, okay. I don't know what submissions you had last couple times, but what I had was the two T-shirts we had done. I think, and I think the others might enjoy this, is that you come up with a design.
I will, and it's gonna be fucking sweet. You're
And
welcome.
I'm okay
Hashtag
with
you're
that.
already welcome.
I am perfectly content with that. So I
Alright.
will own two of them. All right. You will probably you'll buy two. Yeah.
Hmm.
All we need it would be 6 more people to buy shirts.
Yeah, so get on it, people. If you want shirts, let us know.
Yeah.
And I'll get that design drawn up. They're
Look
gonna
at
be
that.
they're gonna be tasteful though. Don't you worry. They will be tasteful.
won't
I
be-
actually just designed shirts for me and some people from work.
Oh really? So you have a knack for it now.
You know what I mean?
What's up?
I know what it's like to be in the design lab and get things going.
Designs you do. Yeah, yeah. Next
No,
thing we know.
it's a design lab, Matthew.
Oh, sorry. If it's a beat studio, it's a design lab. Okay.
Sorry.
Next thing you know, you're gonna have paintings on the wall. Like, check out my art gallery.
I don't have. If you painted it, that's the only way a painting's gonna be on my wall.
You know what you should do? Okay, so this is real talk. You should just buy a paintbrush, like a cheap thing of paintbrushes and a canvas, and just paint.
I don't know. I don't
You
think
should
it'll
just do
turn
it.
out the way that you're imagining or anything or the
Nah.
artistic. You're just wanting to see my artistic nature
No,
and seeing what happens.
I personally believe. Okay, this is my own personal belief here is that a lot of people don't do things because they don't know that they enjoy them, right? Like because I've never, for instance, okay, you've never painted, right? So you
No.
just automatically assume that it's not something for you, right? However, you could potentially do it, enjoy it, even if you're not even good. You can just enjoy it enough to where you continue to do it.
But that's
Like
the thing. Like,
music
I don't know
or-
what to paint. You know what I mean? I wouldn't
No,
know what to. If I get in there, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to have like 8 paintbrushes in my fingers and just splash and paint everywhere with a slash across it. And like, that's art.
You could.
I don't know, man.
Or you play the piano. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know that you enjoy the
No,
piano.
I know
until
that
you play.
I can't play the piano. I
Mhm.
fucking know that.
You tried probably, huh?
Hmm.
That's why your knuckles are all busted because your parents were like, play the piano, and they hit you with a ruler. And play the piano.
Smack me down.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'll test. I might test the waters, but I will get on those T-shirts. So that
Yeah.
is something. I think I need to update my wardrobe a little. T-shirt act.
With at least one.
Earth tones. Earth tones.
So you're saying we're gonna have a brown shirt?
Brown shirt with forest green writing. Earth tones.
Here you go.
God,
What
that
if-
would look like it would look like baby poop.
I got you. Ready? Here's an idea. Just brainstorming. You have grass coming up like it's I think a grass. Underneath the grass is dirt. right? And then inside the dirt it says random nothing. Yeah.
That's why I'm not designing this T-shirt. So you're
Oh
welcome.
my goodness.
You're welcome. Anyway, let's get these people out of here.
All right. I guess we'll
Episode
end it.
55 in the books. Written up the podcast. Thank you for listening and staying tuned. I'm back on the scene now, so we'll be putting out some more, putting out.
Yeah. Again, yeah, I want to say thanks for listening. I think we've been doing this for about 2 years now, right?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
episode
that's just about 2 years.
I think episode 53 was right around the 2 year mark. Anyway, yeah, we're doing it for 2 years, so thanks those that have listened and provided feedback. It's beneficial to us to know that you guys like it.
But yeah, well, hit us up. You want to hit us up on Facebook? Hit us up on the website, randomthepodcast.com. Hit us up on social media. Whatevs. We're out there. Holler at us.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right. Later.